Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to episode 100, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it to the century mark, and we've got a special drink for you all tonight. Actually, TJ did have a special drink, but it was in it's in a larger liter bottle or something. We had to split it up, and we just didn't link up before we were able to record tonight. I'm coming straight home live from FedEx Forum. And we went with a little bit of a different one tonight from our fine folks in Collierville, the Hook Point crew. And we're going with this tonight because of this young man. This isn't actually what it's called. It's called a beer mosa, but we're calling it a beer mosa tonight. Our OG cheer from Hook Point. It is a mango orange pilsner, and I'm going to be honest with you, it smells absolutely delightful. Absolutely.
Yeah. When I was talking to them, they were like, "This is our way of getting into the market versus like White Claw or I guess Nooners, right?" I think Nooners, everyone's doing high noon these days. So I took it with a grain of salt. I didn't really know what to expect, but to your point, I smell it. It's approximately 9 inches away from my face.
Yeah, it smells great. But I'm gonna be honest, that first one didn't come out quite like I was anticipating.
No, I wanted to be punched in the face a little more, but we'll get there a little later on.
Shout out to Musa, though. We're going with the beer Musa tonight. And since it is episode 100, typically during football season, we lead with that. But I'll be honest with you, it's episode 100. We need to celebrate. And football's going to take a back seat tonight because they suck. And we're going to go with the Hardwood Tigs, who are 1-0, Timothy. Straight from FedEx Forum, knocked off the Missouri Tigs. Didn't look so hot in the first half, but you pulled it out 83-75. You gave them a 20-piece in the second half, held them to 33 points. You put up 51. The defensive pressure intensity stepped up. Looked like just a totally different ball club in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, I think you could probably narrow it down to probably just the turnovers, being a little more careful with the ball the second half. The defense was good, I think, the whole time, right? I don't think anyone could truly complain too much about the defense, but it's the one thing I think it was the obvious thing is the turnovers for sure.
Yeah, I think at half, Mizzou it was like 24-10 as far as points off turnovers or something. They were up 10, obviously, at the half. You outscored them by 18. And Missouri had 3 turnovers at halftime, had 11 in the second half. So you really cranked up the defensive pressure. I just saw where Coach Gates even said that defensively, the press and our intensity, it was a night and day difference, first half, second half. They really turned it up. Look like a team of a Penny Hardaway coached defensive team in that second half for sure, I would say. Moose out there running the floor, had a couple of blocks. You getting deflections, steals, just kind of all over the place. But I think early on, the first 15, 20 minutes, people were worried. They did not look good. They weren't shooting well. I think we went into half shooting 34% from the field. You shot 50, I think, in that second half from the field, and shot 85% from free throw in the second half. Shot 40% from 3 in the second half. I mean, no, sorry, you shot 67% from 3 in the second half, 85% from free throw line, and then 58% from the field in the second half. Looked totally different offensively. And I'll be honest with you, it is freezing cold in the FedEx Forum, so part of that is like maybe just took them that long to get warmed up. You can't. It's hard to. You ever shot in a cold gym, TJ? It's hard. You got to get the juices flowing before you get comfortable and you really start getting in the flow of really in the rhythm of shooting.
So You mentioned, well, obviously, we're drinking beer at Moose's. So obviously, Musa Cisse stood out to us. Was there anyone in particular that you were just kind of like, huh? Like you came away from the game and you were just relatively surprised?
I mean, I'm not going to say surprised.
Maybe
I
not
like
surprised.
the
You know what I mean?
plot. I think he ended up fouling out. I think 2 of the fouls he was called for were egregious. One of them being there was no reason it shouldn't have been a charge. There were 2 block calls in the second half that were called against Memphis that should have. There's no question they were charges.
Yeah.
I like what Baraka brought. He was, I think, +8 in the plus minus. It's 3rd on the team out of 2 players shooting. He rebounded the ball, 4 rebounds. He only played 17 minutes. He did foul out, like I said, but he had 4 boards. I mean, he only had 2 points, but I just think from a defensive intensity standpoint, like he's going to be really helpful and important. One of those kind of sparks off the bench that makes a play here or there. Alo-esque defensively, I feel like, gets a deflection or a big steal at a crucial moment.
Yeah.
Not surprised because I think that's what you anticipated, but it's still impressive. PJ Haggerty and his ball handling and the ability to get to the rim and get fouled. I mean, the dude he was 10 of 11 from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah.
Had 25
That's what he's
points,
good at, right?
6 boards, 5 assists. He did have 5 turnovers. But I think some of that's nerves. It's first game jitters. He and Tyrese being the primary ball
Blurry
handlers
dude.
had 9 of our 16 turnovers total. But he was a team best plus 12 tonight.
Are you
Shot
looking
10
at
of
a
11
box
from the free
score
throw
right
line.
now?
Yes, I am.
I was very impressed with Haggerty's stat line. Like you said, 25 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. However, he did all of this in 6 minutes per my box score.
Yeah, that's
it's very
I'm
efficient,
thinking
honestly.
the minute something was going on with the statistics for this game. ESPN has no box score.
Yeah, it's definitely messed up.
When you check the live statistics during the game, it wasn't even listing like half of the players that played. It had Nick Jourdain playing all 20 minutes in the first half, which my dude only played 5 because somehow he had 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, something's going on with the minutes. I think statistically everything else is correct, but don't look at the minutes played. Although I think that should probably be like 36 minutes, I would say.
Yeah, I would imagine it's 36. Very similar to Hunter, who,
I don't know.
Speaking of Hunter, was very hit or miss for me. There were some definite moments where I was like, oh, okay. And then other moments where I'm like, oh, great. More of that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have the best night from the field, 4 of 11. He did shoot 2 of 4 from 3-point, shot 4 of 4 from the free throw line. I mean, the free throws tonight were great, to be honest. And we haven't even said Moose's stat line. Dude only played 19 minutes, but he gave you 14 and 7.
14.
Had 2 blocks, only 2 turnovers, which I feel like is, his freshman year, I think the complaint with Musa was trying to get him the ball in the post, and it resulted in a turnover like 9 out of 10 times. Whether that was him not being able to catch the ball or catching it and getting it stripped, bringing it too low, what have you. Didn't really see much of that. So 2 blocks, he had an assist, 4 rebounds. 7 rebounds. And dude, if he can do this, I think he shot like 30% from the free throw line, 6 of 10 from the free throw line. He did not miss 2 free throws in a row. Even down the stretch, they kind of went a little bit of a Hakamusa or Hakasise, whatever you want to call it. And he at least split the first 2 or 3 times they did it. And then the last time they fouled him, he hit both of them. And that's down the stretch where, especially last year, we had a lot of difficulty closing out games. It felt like either not making free throws or turning the ball over in late game scenarios. So even for Musa to get fouled down the stretch 4 times and at least hit one of his free throws every time he went, and then hit both of them the last time he was fouled and went to the free throw line. I mean, that's a massive improvement. 4 of 8 from the field. Very, very, very pleased with what Musa brought tonight. Yeah, and that's why we're drinking beer Musas.
I will say I was definitely one who didn't think Musa was going to have an elaborate role with this team. And granted, we're only 1 game in, so like it could be unblurry, dude. What's going on here, man? What is that? it's only one game in, so this could completely change. But based off how he played tonight, I thought he was great, right? Especially knowing Penny is a defensive-minded coach. Like, he fits perfectly there. I just don't think you paid Danger that amount of money to come in and just not be that guy, right?
It is. And I mean, we haven't mentioned Dane, but he had 6 and 8. So he was grabbing boards, had 6 points, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Did not play bad by any means, but also it's just like our buddy Jonathan and I were talking about this. Musa just fits what you're trying to do so much better, to be honest. Like, if you truly need the rim protector and a guy that's running the floor and catching lobs, and I mean, there was a point I think he either deflected the shot or got the rebound and then sprinted the floor, ended up getting the put back and one, and then did that sick ninja flip up off the, like, that's exactly what Musa's here for.
Sure.
Like, running end to end, making plays on both sides, getting a deflection or a steal or a rebound, kicking it out, running the floor, and finishing on the other end. Like, that's exactly what you need him to do.
Yeah, it's obviously not the same. I was going to make a statement, but I want to clarify. It's not the same by any means. But when you think of the style that Penny runs and you're trying to fit Danger into that, and although he has slimmed down, it feels relatively similar to last season, trying to just grab a talented center and throwing them in somewhere that maybe they don't make the most sense. And
I mean,
and that's not to say Dane won't be successful. I think he will crush when conference play rolls around.
I think he will absolutely have his moments and have his games, and there will be times where we are feeding him the ball on the block and he is absolutely unstoppable. I mean, he has shown the ability that his footwork, I mean, he showed it tonight like once or twice, where he spins off the defender and he's going to yam it on somebody, or he'll finish a hook. Like, I think there will definitely be games where we are feeding him and it is, the other team can do nothing to stop him.
Sure.
But all that to say, like, very pleased with Musa. I am all in on Musa Cisse. I said it earlier today in the Discord, because it kind of leads into this next point. It wouldn't be a Tiger basketball season without there being drama on first game of the season. Announced a couple hours before tip, Tyreek Smith is actually gone this go around. Reports from Roman say he was dismissed, asked to leave, what have you. Sounds like he may have been getting a little greedy, asking for a little X, and we said, deuces, my man. I'm going to be honest. I'm all in on Musa. I think Musa fits what we're doing. Musa wants to freaking be here. Musa's about to be the defensive player of the year in the conference. Musa's going to give you what he gave you tonight. Like, all in on Musa. I don't think Tyreek would have changed anything. I don't think he would have changed anything that happened tonight when we were down 15 in the first half. I don't think he would have done anything but potentially taken a couple of minutes from Musa possibly. And I would honestly, right now, I would rather have Musa on the floor.
Yeah,
give me the dude that wants to be here.
It definitely helps for that news to break. You go straight into a game, and then Musa looks incredible, right? It helps soften that blow. Not that
certainly does.
A lot of people didn't really truly expect Tyreek Smith to be that big of a contributor. I mean, he's going on his 5th school now, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember his box score off the top of my head last year, but it was nothing impressive. I think it was like a 8 minute. What was it?
Yeah, I mean, we're talking. He's like a career 4-4, 5-4, 5-3. I don't know, type of guy. Like,
yeah, look at this dude. Last year he was 8-5 in 20 minutes. So it's like, that's fine. Right.
Yeah.
It's fine. But I think that knowing what you have in Musa from a defensive standpoint, I think you'll be fine. Right.
Yeah.
It definitely helps soften that blow. So,
I mean, the only thing that I will say that it does kind of leave a little bit of a concern is we saw it tonight. We had 3 dudes foul out. You're obviously much thinner now, right? You legitimately have like only 9 scholarship players that can play. So if you do run into an injury situation, God forbid, which has happened previously, I hope that does not happen, or you have a night where Dane and Musa and Nick fouled out tonight. Thankfully, Dane and Musso were fine. They both only had 2. But if you run into a situation where you get into some foul trouble, then you're going to be pretty thin in the front court, I would say. So, I mean, I don't know that it's where we kind of stand scholarship-wise, or if there's somebody we would be able to add at the break of Christmas, similar to last year. But I would say that today, that's the only concern, and especially that's probably only top of mind because we literally had 3 dudes foul out tonight.
Yeah, I would say if we did like a session or like a segment on all these games, it was like the good, the bad, the ugly type of situation. The ugly to me would be 3 dudes fouling out. I mean, Jourdain, Rogers. Yeah. That Rogers one was a little questionable for me, and then Akoji, obviously.
I would say that, and turnovers. I mean, they cleaned it up, I would say.
Turnovers put in the bad.
Yeah. I mean, you had 8 and 8 in both halves. I feel like they did much better in the second part of the second half. But yeah, I would say it was foul trouble, and then taking care of the ball in certain points of the game, for sure.
I mean, this may sound
times where
silly.
I feel like we try to force things that are unnecessary. Like late, it was like 4 minutes left, I think, and we had gotten a Missouri stop. We're up like 8 or 7 at this point in time. And Dane is a step in front of his defender, and he raises his hand, and Tyrese tries to throw him like a lob, and it's just an immediate deflection and steal. And it's like, you're up 7. There's 4 minutes left. Like, that's not the pass or play that we need to be making. Like, don't force it in that situation. But
yeah,
it's game 1. People were flipping out the first 20 minutes. We were down 15. It was very similar to last year's game, almost exactly the same. And then you came out and you looked like a totally different team in the second half. They just it was rusty. They got the nerves out. We're going to the Final Four. I mean, book it. I think it's in Phoenix. Where is it this year?
Phoenix sounds right. I've said it 5 times. I feel like now I'm trying to be relatively optimistic on this basketball season outcome. I'm gonna get a couple games under my belt before I think that.
Great.
What?
Goodness gracious! I don't even want to say where it is.
Okay. I want to see a couple
given
games.
The events of the last time it was there and what just happened this weekend, I don't even want to tell you where the Final Four is. It's in the freaking Alamodome.
We riot.
Unless it is written, and this is destiny, where now
redemption
this
tour?
is the time we go to the Alamodome 16 years later and totally redeem ourselves.
Oh, gosh.
By the way, this is just off helter skelter because it's on the TV. The NFL has the dumbest overtime rules ever.
I would agree. I think most people would agree with you. Actually, I was just trying to look at that score on my screen.
The Chiefs
here,
just won
because
the Bucks never even got to touch the ball.
Well, looks good.
I mean, I feel like at a bare minimum, both teams should at least get the ball one time. You know what I mean? Like,
I would agree with that. Yeah. I
don't know. You're essentially giving the game up to a coin flip. I mean, I guess whatever, they should have made a stop. Anyway, off topic. Final basketball thoughts, TJ, from what you saw tonight, or the subtraction of Tyreek Smith from the team?
Yeah. I mean, just a continuation of what I was saying. I'm trying to be optimistic on this team. Let me see a couple of games, and we'll go from there, because the exhibitions did not look great. And I know that's exhibition. It's hard to base anything off. But last time I looked at it, Elon was down like 9 to North Carolina a second ago. And I was like, what? Elon, the college?
Tesla's got a employee team out there.
Yeah, look at the North Carolina score.
Although I would say if Tesla had Tesla's probably got some, they would have a damn good NIL package, I feel like. Yeah, they ended up losing by 14.
Oh, okay, 14. It was pretty close. 14's obviously getting into the blowouts, but just based off what we saw from the exhibitions, it didn't look great. That Alabama team was greatly hampered, and they kind of put it to you, right? So I seeing this game makes me feel a little bit better. I think this Missouri team is expected to finish at the bottom of the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking.
I'll take that with a grain of salt because the SEC is pretty damn good.
Yeah, and they've had some roster turnover, obviously, in different things. But you're talking about a Missouri ball club that went 0-18 last year. They haven't won a basketball game since last December.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to temper my expectations. Like, yes, it's fun that we won, right? I forgot what that feels like at this point in time. I'm just, we've lost one game in football. Well, 2 games, I guess, total. But one game as of recent, and it just feels like all we do is lose. So it was nice to get a little win in there,
Yeah, they've got Missouri picked to finish 13th ahead of Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, and LSU. So obviously
it's not great.
Not great at all. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Oh, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. We start our 4-0 and then get smacked by UConn. I'll take it, dude. I'll take it.
4-0 maybe. I'm not saying it's not possible, but that UNLV game away and then the semi-away game with San Francisco are going to be 2 tough ones. So
sure.
We'll see. We did, TJ. We moved up a spot in KenPom. No, 2 spots now. Wow, refreshed. We're up 2. We're up to 40th overall in KenPom after that win. Now, since we're still on basketball, do play UNLV on Saturday. That's the next game. KenPom right now has got us at a 59% chance to win. 77-74 is his prediction. He had us winning tonight, I think 78-74. Obviously ended up beating that. We covered the spread. Good teams win. Great teams cover. So what else? What else do you need? UNLV is a top 100 team, 95th in KenPom on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Bart Torvik has updated tonight yet for us.
No, we're still sitting at 32 on Bart Torvik.
Yeah, and 0-0. So we'll see. It'll be a good test. First one on the road, out there to UNLV. So we'll see.
Yeah.
With that, Timothy, we're going to take a quick break and then come back and be real depressed about things and probably not spend a whole lot of time because I really just don't even want to talk too much about football. So,
yeah.
If you don't want to be sad, then you can probably tune out right now. If not, we'll see you on the other side of this. Wear your all black because it's a funeral.
No, I can fight and throw hands, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I can do that, you know what I'm saying? So I started saying, you know what, I want to get into boxing. And I just met a MMA coach, you know, and everybody call him UFC anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I just met an MMA coach. And like basically, like Brian Hall, bro, it's like once I started training, I found out how much I didn't know, bro. I'm always a person, I believe in the truth. It's like, what's the truth? Like, I believe, if you say you the truth, man, you know what I'm saying? What's the truth? And the truth was I couldn't fight at all. Zero. Like zero, bro. Like at all. I say the first, 2 years with me just like learn, like processing how hard, like how real it was and like how, like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing, like you being angry, you feeling like everything you went through in the hood really mattered. Like you seeing people die, none of that mattered when I was grappling against this white kid that never knew nothing about the hood, and he was choking me out. So I started saying,
trouble had your
bro, like.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I have just words, one word for every Grizzlies game so far. This is what I wrote down because I wrote them down because I wanted to make sure we went over them, and then I just wrote one word next to them. All right. Win at Utah, Santi! Exclamation point, Santi! Lose at Houston, physical.
Yes.
Win against Orlando, bench.
Fantastic.
Lose to Chicago, damn it! That's the word I went with for the Chicago loss.
I don't think I can beat that.
Is that good? Is that good word association?
I think that hit it on the head. And it's probably the same. It's probably the word that so many people use.
Leaving the arena.
Leaving the arena or turning the TV off when it happened.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Dirty. Speaking of freaking dirty, what an absolute disaster on Saturday in the Alamodome. It started out, you go right down the field. Obviously, we probably should have known, because the only reason we ended up scoring on the first drive is because UTSA just kept getting penalties and extending the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Demir started off hot. We should have known at the point in time when he did the freaking Ronaldo celebration and snapped his leg in half that it just wasn't going to be our day. I just don't even, like, it was 24-14. You're feeling decent, and then you give up, 30 straight freaking points? We had 24. TJ, we got to 24 points with like 8.5 minutes left in the second quarter and did not score another point until the game was essentially out of reach. I mean, we scored with like a minute 40 left and then onside kicked and got it and scored again. So we ended up making it look much closer than it was. But let's be honest, we got freaking 20-pieced on Saturday in the Alamodome. Got absolutely punked by a scrub program who even themselves said that they're 6 or 10 times below our NIL budget.
Yeah.
And you came out, you got punked. They had freaking a quarter or more of their team hurt. Obviously, that's not all starters.
Asterisk.
But like,
yeah.
I don't care what it is. You got 20-plus dudes not playing. I mean, it's just, I don't understand it. The offense comes out, puts up 24 points immediately, and then is just like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Mario came out running fine, and then you ran the ball, twice in the second half? What the hell is that about?
Look, dude, I'm trying to make sense of it myself. I don't know what to tell you. You started off hot in the first half, and then you come out with 3 punts back to back to back in the second half, and it's like, it's almost as what the hell's going on with my focus here. Why am I so blurry? You know what it is? I bet it's my microphone.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't like that being in the shot. There's my hand. There's my face. Whatever, dude. I'm over it. It's just wild, man. I can't make any sense of it, right? And it wasn't like it was the Tigers could only run basically they were moving the ball for, two sets of 10 or 2 sets of downs, and then we're having to force a punt or something like that, right? There were times where they had 5-minute long drives, right? And it's crazy to me that somehow they just stopped. The offense just stopped, and the defense.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, it's almost like
couldn't stop anyone.
You scored on your first 4 possessions, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
3 touchdowns and a field goal. And then you're up 24-14. They get a field goal, so it's 24-17. You get all the way to about midfield. You have a 4th and 1, and you get stuffed.
Yeah.
That kind of flipped the whole momentum. I'm not saying it's the wrong call. I'm just saying it's very predictable what the hell we're doing in that situation. Yeah. Like, figure out a way to get the yard. So whatever, 24-24, you get the ball back, you put together another decent drive, get to about the same field position, midfield, and do the same damn thing, 4th and 1, and get stuffed again. And it's almost like that's what the game was at that point over.
Yeah. I think getting stuffed on 4th down 5 times in the game was...
Your next 5 possessions after that were 3 plays minus 12 yards right out of half. You had just gotten a 3 and out, so you're like, okay, maybe this is it. They're going to put it together. And then you immediately get negative 12 yards.
Yeah.
UTSA scores, next possession, 3 plays minus 5 yards. UTA gets the ball back, kicks a field goal. They're up 10 now. 3 plays, another 3 and out. You get 7 yards punt. Force a punt finally. Seth throws one of the most disgusting interceptions I've ever seen in my entire life when he had all the time in the world. You actually hold UTSA to go for it on fourth and get the stop and then immediately fumble.
Yep.
You actually luck out again. It feels like UTSA was almost like begging you to get yourself back in the game. They recover the fumble, miss a field goal. You then proceeded to basically go 3 and out because you went for it on fourth down from your own 36, which led to a touchdown, puts the game out of reach, and then you score 2 garbage touchdowns in the last 2 minutes to make it seem like it was a close game. And I just don't I don't get it.
I don't know what you want to. I don't know what you want me to say here. It's. I feel like we've been down this road. Have we not been down this road with fourth down?
Yeah.
You look at fourth down conversions last year.
Have we been 0 of 4 before though? I think we were 0 of 4. We were 0 of 4 on fourth down. 4 of 13 on third down. We had 516 yards. If you just looked yardage wise and what Seth looked like from his box score, you'd be like, oh yeah, we probably won this game by 2 touchdowns, 10 points minimum.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. We get down 3 scores and then we score some garbage touchdowns and stat padding, and it makes it look like it's closer than it was. I mean, we literally got punked on Saturday, and I'm sick and tired of it happening. You were picked to be the conference champion, and now we're literally not even going to sniff a conference championship appearance. We're going to finish 5th or 4th in conference.
Yeah.
I don't know. This UTSA team just got freaking punked by Tulsa, who then went on the road and got absolutely blasted by maybe the worst UAB team that's ever existed ever in the history of their program. What makes it even all the more frustrating is you got the help you needed from freaking fried rice by knocking off Navy. Yeah. Like you got the help that you needed. All you had to do was win the game. And it's just so frustrating. I don't even know what to do.
I mean,
I'm all out at this point. Like, what the hell are we playing for now, TJ?
No, it's a great question. I mean, any goal that you had is now gone. If your goal was conference championship, or that's where I was. I wanted to play in the conference championship. I don't even care if we won. I just wanted to be there.
I know.
Just make an appearance. Gone. Yeah,
like get there. We've been talking about
the group of 5 play in. Gone.
I know. I at this point I was already like, it's not the playoff isn't happening, but make the freaking conference championship, and I'll figure out a way to be okay with it. But I'm sick and tired of every single year hearing, oh yeah, we're here to compete for conference championships, and we're not even we're not even close. And the league has done nothing but gotten worse and worse every year. It's so frustrating to me to sit here and watch Tulane have the turn. They were ass for so long. They just lost their entire staff, the best quarterback they've ever had in the history of their program, and they're out here averaging their conference wins by like 30 points every week. They literally just beat the Charlotte team that we needed a freaking prayer in the last 30 seconds to beat. They beat them by 31 points on the road. Like, why are we? I just don't get it. Why can we not do that?
Well, some coaches understand that style points matter and that you have to keep your foot on the gas.
Oh, do we ever even put the foot on the gas? I feel like we're just idling the whole time. Like we've got the car started and we revved the engine a couple of times, but we're never going forward until it's like towards the end of the race. We're like, oh shit, we were supposed to be actually driving this whole time.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were up. What was it? 21. What was the box score?
It was 24-14.
24-14. Yeah. Well, was it 24-14 or was it 24-7?
What, on Saturday?
No. It was 24-14. You're right.
Yeah, because I
was thinking of 17.
They got it 14-10, and then we scored twice and made it 24-14. And you felt like, okay, they settled in. They're about to go away with it, and then you got absolutely punked. I feel like we run the same shit in the same situation, so it's all on tape. It's so predictable. I feel like nobody's getting open. I don't know what it is. I don't feel like there's any creativity. There's no scheming.
Is it Is it no one getting open, or are we?
I don't know. I mean, why did there
There's
were
some
times
tunnel
where it
vision
seems
there.
like, yeah, there's probably a little bit of that. I'm sick of watching Seth hold onto the ball for so damn long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just out. We have nothing to freaking play for. Which leads us in, we might as well go ahead and we got freaking Friday Night Rice this Friday. Hosting Rice at 8 p.m. at the Liberty Hole. There's going to be, announced attendance will be 23,000. There's probably going to be 15 there if we're lucky. We may lose this. I mean, Rice is playing their best football the week after firing their coach. They've all rallied around the interim. They knocked off Navy. I mean, what did they give up? 17, was it 17 points they gave up to Navy? We gave up freaking 56.
Yeah.
I mean, are we going to be able to score?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be the same thing we've always had. It's just going to be this last second shootout. It's going to be USF last year. It's going to be North Texas
freaking
last year.
quarterback?
North Texas this year.
It's EJ
Warner,
Warner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Freaking Kurtz. I don't know. As long as Brandon Baumgartner's there screaming at EJ that Isaac Bruce made his dad's career, then maybe we might be fine.
Let me ask you this. So we're sitting at 7-2 right now. Let's assume we beat Rice. We beat UAB. We're at 9-2. And hear me out. You go down to New Orleans and you take down Temple. And you go 10-2. Tulane, yes, excuse me. And you are finished the year at 10-2 with a win over Tulane. Do you feel any better about anything?
I mean, I'll feel better about it because we beat a good team on the road.
A good team, yeah.
Especially
that's why I asked.
If it ruins Tulane's chance to appear in the conference title, then I'll probably feel pretty good about it. But I'm going to be honest with you, it's not happening. I haven't double checked this stat that has been floating around the Twitterverse. But supposedly Ryan is 0-11 against teams that are above 500 on the road. So that is, I mean, playing Tulane at Tulane, I'm not going to argue with the statistics. It's a loss. We'll be 0-12.
What was it? 0-11 what?
0-11 against teams that are better than 500 on the road. He has not beat a team with a winning record at the end of the year on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. I don't know. It seems very hard to go back and track that down, but
it feels true.
They were at the end of the year. You said a team with a winning record at the end of the year.
Not at the time. I'm saying a team that finishes above 500 for the season.
I gotcha. Yeah, feels true. Right. But again, I think a lot of that comes back to how this system is ran. Let's be conservative. Let's get the lead. Let's be conservative. We manage the game.
I know.
I feel like it's come back to bite him in the ass so many times. Yet here we are. We're doing the same damn thing over and over and over again.
I want some freaking people with some swag and like go have fun. I don't even feel like our team looks like they're having fun playing football.
Yeah.
It's almost like I feel like they're being forced to be out there. They're not enjoying it. They're playing timid. It's just disgusting. I don't even want to go on Friday. And then you got to deal with people trying to tell you to be grateful. 7-2 is great. We literally have the 122nd ranked strength of schedule in the country, and we're 7-2.
I'm going to be real honest with you, though. In the back of my mind, that's probably what our schedule was for years on years, and we were 1-2 win teams. So it's kind of like I get both sides, right?
No, there's no getting like with the amount of money and resources relative to the competition we're playing now. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
No, look, you're not telling me anything I don't know.
You and I, as FedExers, giving up our bonus for this shit.
We got a bonus this year, actually.
Not all of it.
Ungrateful, exactly. Exhibit A, ungrateful.
I'm just kidding. TJ and I didn't give up anything. It doesn't come out of our. I'm just frustrated. There's no reason for us to be in the situation where we're in. It makes me so angry to watch a team like Tulane be able to have success, and that they were so bad for so long, and now they're like the dominant conference. I'm not counting Army because they play a shite schedule and maybe just lost to Rice, so they're probably going to lose 2 more times. I think they're a pick'em this week against South Florida.
Yeah.
So,
Look,
whatever.
We're here.
It doesn't matter. Give me a
for
freaking score
a good
prediction
bowl game.
for Rice. There's no good bowl games. It doesn't matter. The playoff should be the only postseason stuff. We're going to play some team that has 40 opt-outs. I mean,
that's fine. And we're going to go to a bowl game, or we're going to continue to brag about it and be one of the 6 schools.
I wish there was just like I wish there was a simulation button and I could just skip to week 0 next year.
This unfortunately feels very much so how the Charlotte game went, right? A team that was not as good as we are, not as talented, and somehow, some way still hung around. I'm just going to copy that Charlotte score, whatever it was, 35-28.
Yeah, that's so
whatever
gross.
it was.
What is it?
I'll say 35-28. That's my projection. I don't know if that was actually the score, but I think it's going to be something like that. It also could be 65-60 or something stupid.
No,
I have no clue.
I
know nothing anymore.
They gave up 10 points to Navy. Navy scored 56 points on us. That is absurd.
Well,
FBI gives us a 76% chance to win. What is the freaking line right now?
9.5. Memphis.
Take Rice to cover that. Score prediction. You said what? 33-28. I'm going
30. I said 35-28. It's 33-28 what the Charlotte score was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do 35-28. It's easier math.
They've had a lot of low scoring games. I mean, even Tulane only beat them 24-10.
Yeah, they had a super low scoring game versus Texas Southern too.
This feels like a game. I'm going to be honest. This feels like a game where our 20 points, eclipsing 20 points ends.
No.
I might go 17-14 final. We don't get to 20 points. That's how down I am. I didn't even say who won. It might be a Rice win. Rice might hit a walk-off.
I said Memphis. Memphis wins in my make-believe world here. Now you have me curious. Why are their games so low scoring?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. What do they sit on the ball? There's a lot of 10s on their board. They scored 10
even
2 weeks prior to beating Navy, and then Navy only scored 10.
Well, I get why it'd be low scoring versus Tulane, because Tulane's just going to sit there and hand the ball off 5,000 times. And
gosh, their Charlotte score was 21-20.
Well, that's because both teams suck, and neither one of them knows how to score.
That might be the final of our game, 21-20.
UTSA 27, Rice 29. I think that's more likely.
Oh my God, this Rice team beat that UTSA team. I can't, TJ. I mean, we may legitimately lose to a 3-win Rice team that just fired their coach.
Maybe, and we'll be hopefully right there next to them
on national television. Tickets are available as low as $11 for those of you listening. Fill the bowl. All right, I'm done. Let's get off this. I'm going 21-20. The Tigers somehow sneak out a win. Caden Costa is a hero and makes a field goal for once in his life. Let's go to fade TJ and Thunder Picks. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Whoa. You're not fading me. I think I crushed it last week. I took Tulane minus 16.5, big guy.
You did. TJ actually won and I lost. My Tulsa pick was absolutely disgusting. They got freaking manhandled. They were down 45-0 or something at half to UAB, which is I didn't even know that UAB was capable of scoring. I don't know that they've scored 45 points total all year, and they put up 59. Yeah, it was 45-7 at half. That is ridiculous. I got bombarded. That was it moves me to 7-3. What are you at? 4-6, 5-6,
5-6. Yeah.
No, we're not. There's no way you have 11.
Do not? Let me look at the spreadsheet.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have 11.
Okay. So then what? That makes me 8. Oh, I was 8-2, so now I'm 8-3. Okay, you're 5-6. What's this week? What do you have this week? You sticking on the Tulane train? You get fixated on these teams now.
Yeah, and it bit me in the ass twice. Who's Oklahoma playing? Should I just check that for funny?
Oh my gosh, you're going back to Oklahoma?
No, I was kidding.
They're
playing Missouri. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm going to take Iowa -6.5 on the road at UCLA. Because all of a sudden, Iowa's figured out offense. I don't really get it, but they've scored 40 points in their last 2 games. UCLA hasn't looked very good. I think they actually just won here recently, but where's that at? Yeah, they beat Nebraska 27-20. Not really saying too much. They beat Rutgers 35-32. Again, not really saying much. Lost to Minnesota. I don't know. They just don't look that good. I mean, there's a lot going on there, but I'm just going to put the faith in Iowa. I think Iowa has an incredible rushing attack, and they're just going to crush the clock. And apparently, if they can score 40 points, that's going to be a bit of a doozy to come back from.
Yeah. All right.
Iowa scoring 40 points? Are you joking? I'd love to know their record of how many games they've lost upon scoring 40 points. Seems like a chat GPT question.
I don't know. Okay. I think I'm going. Depends on where you're looking, but North Texas is about a touchdown underdog at home to Army. I don't know if Army's quarterback is playing or not. He didn't play this past Saturday because he has trench foot or something. And because now we're totally out of it, and that's what we would have needed to happen. I think that UNT may actually win the game, but I'm definitely taking them plus the touchdown in that game. Is my pick for this week. So anything that would have helped us had we won games is probably going to happen just to rub salt in the wound from now on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly what's going on. Army's quarterback Bryson Daly out. Oh, wait.
That was this past week.
Yeah. It was confusing.
It was some kind of infection in his foot. Like I said, I don't know. Didn't their backup get hurt too in the game they played the other day? Were they down to their third string quarterback?
Doesn't matter, dude. It's all triple option. I guess it mattered for Navy. They were pretty ass cheeks when they were on this guy, actually. And this guy started a little early.
Oh, yeah. Horvat, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It definitely hurts. Oh, no.
Army's has only lost 1 game when scoring 40 points or more. So I feel pretty good.
Who?
Iowa. They've only lost 1 game.
Army's hopeful that Bryson Daly will be back for the North Texas game. So I don't know. We'll see. That's from 2 days ago.
I don't know. I could see North Texas winning that regardless. Personally, they score fast.
They do. I could see it too, but regardless, I'm taking them plus the 7.
Do we know if Penny and Chandler Morris shook hands after that game by chance? When North Texas played Memphis?
I don't think that Penny was in attendance, to be honest with you.
How do we get that magic? At the football games? How do we do it?
I don't know. I don't feel like we really go after interconference football players. We're big into getting these under. I mean, I guess Mario wasn't under.
No,
we go after the P5 guys that come down a notch. You know what I mean? That's kind of our MO.
Yep. Anything else before we hit on this beer Musa?
No, let's get on this beer Musa. I might rate it high just because I'm all in on Musa, to be honest.
I should have finished mine at the end there.
I'm glad you mentioned the White Claw / High Noon stuff, because the can definitely is those vibes. It is different because it's technically beer, not a seltzer. But it also, the can kind of gives like one of those all natural energy drink vibes.
I get that.
You know what I mean? Not like a hardcore Monster, hey, I'm sugared up energy, but like one of the ones that tries to be all natural, like, hey, we're a healthy energy drink. So I don't know that I like it a whole lot. Like, I'll be honest, Natalie might have opened the refrigerator and seen this thinking it was some kind of like mango flavored spritzer water.
Just crushed it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a below average can for me. It's like 5.5. It's whatever.
You say 5.5?
Yeah. That might even honestly be too high.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. It's a pretty boring can, but all things considered, I don't know that it was ever going to be a cool can. It's white and orange. I mean, not really
For
much
that,
to
you
it.
got
It's
a
pretty
detect
straightforward.
It's very Tennessee looking.
It is, but also you can't have a beer Mosa that's flavored mango and orange and come out with like a green can. That wouldn't make any damn sense either.
Yeah,
I am going to go low, though. I do think it's probably... It's just very plain, and it does fit the White Claw thing, kind of what you're saying. I'm going to say like a 4.7. I mean, it's just pretty straightforward and boring.
Yeah, it kind of looks like if you had like typed in, hey, AI generator, create me a
can.
Beer can. This is what it would have done.
Yeah.
Not even beer can, a mango healthy energy drink can. I mean, it was fine. It's not, I'm going to be honest, I was a little disappointed in what I was expecting. It tastes, TJ, I don't know if you got this, it's very LaCroix-esque.
No, I definitely see that. Oh, yeah.
It's not so much seltzer as it is like, it was, I don't know, it's hard. It was kind of like a LaCroix. Definitely no beer. This does not taste like a beer. I mean, if you want a beer, I would not get this. It was fine though.
But don't you think that's their point?
Do they have other flavors of this?
They do. I was going to save that here for the end, but Beer Mosa is what we have now. That is a mango orange pilsner. They had Blueberry Jubilee, which is a blueberry and lemon pilsner. Strawberry Shandy, obviously strawberry and lemon pilsner.
Well, we
and
will not
Tropical
be trying
Dream.
That one
we will not. Tropical Dream, coconut and pineapple pilsner. So
wow, it just got strangely dark behind you.
Yeah, so there's a timer. These lights turn off on a timer, so
makes sense. Go got a little Home Alone action there. Yeah, our lights are on a timer.
Yeah, we're back.
I would be interested to taste the other flavor varieties of this. I don't know that I will be seeking out the Beer Mosa again. I mean, if somebody gave me one, I'm not gonna like throw it away. I would probably drink it. It's fine. It's good enough. But I'm not like, hey, I gotta have another one of these. I'm intrigued to try the other ones, the Blueberry Jubilee or whatever, and the strawberry.
Yep.
I mean, I would happily try those. It feels kind of on par with where the can ranking is, but I'll go with 5.9.
Okay.
Maybe a 6 flat.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at.
In the 5s feels bad. I don't think it's that bad. I'll go in the 6s. It's like a 6.1.
Okay. So here's the thing: is it almost, since it is so different, it's not like a beer, right? And we're grading it on the scale of a beer.
Yeah,
you said it tastes beer. I did get a little beer in the background, but I think the idea is that it's not supposed to taste like a beer, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So to me, that makes me think that that's actually, it should probably be ranked higher, right? I think they've accomplished what they're wanting to do. I just
100%.
don't enjoy it because I want to taste beer personally, but I'm not going to hold that against them.
I don't think we're the target market for this, to be honest.
I'm thinking, like a 9.4 on this. No, no, it's fine. It's fine for what it is. I don't think I would drink 2 of them. Mostly, and this is the biggest knock on it, is that it's only 3.6% alcohol by
I'm going to be
volume.
honest with you. I wasn't angry with you when you picked this because of how late it is tonight that we're recording.
Sure.
And I'm just glad you didn't throw us a 11%er, which you have done before. So
that was fun.
I might actually be able to get some decent sleep tonight.
I will say there is a new version coming out, or it's already come out, maybe. Hold on. It's starting to move on me. Cool Melon, which is cantaloupe and honeydew Pilsner.
Oh.
Spicy Peach, which is peach and jalapeno.
No, we will not be doing that.
Floral Haze, which is elderflower and hibiscus Pilsner. Getting a little weird there towards the end, but I think one day we just double up. I'll find 2 of those bad boys and we'll just crush 2 of them on one episode.
We could do that. Yeah, one for the first seg, one for the second. We'll get a little weird with that. Just make sure it's not the strawberry or the jalapeno. Stay away from
I may have to do the jalapeno one. Going back to the score, like I think it is good for what they're trying to do. I want to taste the beer. So you said 6.1, and I'm trying to be nice because I think what they were trying to do, they've done what they wanted to do. I just don't like what they've done.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna say like a 6.5, and that's only because it tastes like what they're trying to accomplish. So, OG Cheer Beer Mosa.
So
get one if you don't want to taste beer.
Is this whole line called OG Cheer?
Yeah. So the OG just is. Different? Yeah, OG is just the OG brand, original brand of Hook Point. So yeah, they're all OG Cheer. So
and then it's the flavor that's different.
Different flavor that changes. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, makes sense.
Something different.
All right, Timothy. Glad the Tigs got the 1-0 start for the Hardwood. We'll see where they're at next week after they take the trip out to Las Vegas. And we'll be back next week coming with the cold beer. Stay for the hot takes. Bisky.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page. Head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co for comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports.